What's up, guys, and welcome to Mardin, a 2,000-year-old city that both Jews, Muslims, Catholics, Syrians, Iraqis, Turks, Mesopotamians have all called home over the years. Today we're going to check out some food, some sights, some things to do. Come along. Start our tour, I want to say that Mardin is a city steeped in history. It's literally thousands of years old. The earliest findings of people living here goes back to the time of Christ. There's been Mesopotamians, Assyrians, modern Syrians, Turks, Mamluks. Everybody's been here. This also were a trading post for Jews back in the day. So we have an amazing city that has mosques, synagogues, churches, monasteries, all the things that you could want in an ancient city. Among these ancient walls, the whole city is kind of like built in this kind of rock that comes from this region, and it really matches the area. It's very indicative of this hill that Mardin is placed upon. The city for many years, as I mentioned, was called the Fortress. It was called the Fortress because, you know, typically you build a fortress on a high area, which makes it very hard to take in case anybody wants to conquer you. So this city has sat over this area of Eastern Anatolia for, you know, literally, who knows? I mean, thousands of years. It's really amazing. This reminds me of a little bit of Israel. The cool part about Mardin is you can still see people using donkeys as as some sort of transportation method because cars do not fit on these streets. So I'm going to show you a donkey. Let's see this donkey. Hello, Mr. Donkey. Merhaba, ya günler. Here is a donkey. So this is probably the most interesting thing I think I've ever seen. This is a trash man, and he's using a donkey as his transport. So I don't know. That's probably the most random thing I've ever seen. Cool. All right. Görüşürüz. I think the reason they use donkeys is because they can get up and down these stairs, unlike motorbikes. So I've heard that you can actually go to the market here, and they have people that make saddles for camels. Unfortunately, I have not found that the market had a lot of stuff going on, so we're not going to check it out yet. We're going to come back later. But look at this, guys. Look at these streets. What I always try to do when I walk through these ancient streets, I always try to imagine who were the people that were here walking through them thousands of years ago. Who were the people who built them? How were they built? Who had to bring the rocks up here to do it? Anytime you're up somewhere high, I always think about these things. I always feel so bad for the people, but you know what they were able to create is just so gorgeous here. It's astounding. It's a monument to human achievement, and it stands in time. You can see that walking through the streets here, whoop, it's pretty busy. So even though during the Corona period, there's lots of obviously lots of non-foreign tourists. Mardin. There's actually lots of Turkish tourists. So people love to come here. It doesn't matter if you're from Turkey or not from Turkey. It's a really beautiful city. It might be, they always call it the hidden gem of Turkey. Is it the hidden gem? We will find out. Go! I just almost walked into someone's house. Oh, he's coming one more time. All right, go! That's pretty cool. Çok güzel, bro. Güle güle. I just almost walked into some guy's house. That's fun. It's not what I meant to do there. Not what I meant to do at all. It's all right. These are traveling mistakes you make. You got to do these things, you know. You got to just walk into people's houses. Some lady was very concerned, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. So here's a little bit of the upper view of Mardin so you guys can get an idea. So here we have a castle. This is why they called it the Fortress back in the day. We're gonna head up there soon. Hopefully we can get up there. They got these beautiful cafes. that you can sit at, enjoy the view. And then the city opens up to this. Just epic. So here, actually this direction is just Syria. So in the distance it's Syria. This way it's Iraq. This way, the Anatolian Peninsula. You can see everyone has rooftops. We've got the Grand Mosque, absolutely beautiful. And here you can see the details of some of the stuff they have here. It's all hand carved beautifully. This place, interestingly enough, was also a home and refuge to the Assyrian people, who were actually Eastern Orthodox, I guess Christians or Catholics, whatever you want to call it. So actually in Mardin, along with mosques, we find a lot of really old churches. There's one church that's from the year 357. 357. And it's still here. The whole city is actually considered a modern museum, like an outdoor open-air museum that you can visit, you can tour. But it's astounding, the stuff that exists in this part of the world, the what we would call the Levant, the breadbasket of the world, where everything kind of started. Going to Göbekli Tepe, where I went yesterday, you know, 12,000 years ago people have been living here, and you know, 2,000 years seems forever ago, but I mean, people were literally here for so long. It makes the whole experience so much more humbling. So we've got some more exploring to do. Let's find some churches. During my walk, I got a little peckish, so I stopped for a very traditional Turkish lunch. I'll just share with you really quickly, and then we'll get back to the touring. But this is pide with sucuk. So pide is like the Turkish pizza. You've got cheese on there, and then here you've got the sucuk, which is just like a Turkish sausage. I also got something that I want to show you, which I've never seen before. Teşekkürler. This is called sembusek. Sembusek. So this is what they're calling the lahmacun kapalı. So closed lahmacun. Lahmacun is a very traditional, like, flat Turkish thing with, it's a flat bread. It's covered with minced meat and some peppers and onions and stuff. It's really good. I've never seen this before. This is something I think is specific to this region of Turkey. It's just like a lahmacun calzone, and it's really hot. It smells delightful though. So let's tuck in. So let's taste the pita. I mean, there's pretty much no way that could be bad. I like to give it a little fold and. Delicious. The sausages here in Turkey, the sucuk, they have a really strong taste of cumin, and it makes it really, really nice. Something different. It's like kind of sometimes like a normal hot dog, but they really make it, you know, cuminy, so it's different. So I feel like we're just gonna stuff this like a sandwich, probably. We go for that, and then we're gonna add a little lemon in there. Woo! And go for a big bite. It's thin, it's crispy. You can see we've got some layers there. They've got this nice mincemeat. Sometimes it's a little spicy, sometimes it's not. This one's not. Super nice. These are two bread things that you can get in Turkey, pretty much anywhere. I'm gonna go to a pita shop and show you guys what it really looks like. But let's get back to the Mardin tour. I was just invited to do an advertisement for some Turkish guy's business. So let's go, let's just see what that's gonna be like. I'm gonna take you guys to a really traditional chai guy. Chai is like the official drink, it's tea, it's black tea. Chai, chai, chai. Just, okay. We've got some birds. Why do we have birds here? All right. Merhaba. All right. We have the chai machine. Turkish chai. Turkish chai. It's great. So the way they make chai here in Turkey is they make one brew that's really strong, and then they add water to it. So it really depends on the person how like strong you want your tea. Typically you have it with sugar. If you do 2 sugars, they call it pasha chai, which is chai of the sultan. I used to have that as a kid. But now I take it şekersiz, which means without sugar, because it's healthier. So he's got a machine here. Let's see. Let's see your machine. Beautiful. That's okay. All right. Görüşürüz.
Görüşürüz. Güle güle.
Güle güle. Such nice people here in Turkey. All right. Now we're going to walk into a very traditional mosque called Abdul Latif Jami. It's really beautiful. You can see all the stonework they've got here. While Mardin is certainly beautiful and the city's really amazing, we do have to remember that this area is going through lots of turmoil right now. We're only about 50 kilometers from the Syrian border, so a lot of Syrian refugees have spilled into Turkey. There's some estimates that say 5 million to 6 million Syrians now live in Eastern Turkey, and Turkey as a whole. The policy of the government right now is to be kind of hard on the Syrians. Some of them have been let in, but obviously like there's only so much a government can do. It's hard to say like, okay, we can have 6 million new citizens that don't speak Turkish to put into our system when Turkey is already not the wealthiest country in the world. So I was at a shop getting the pita just now, and my server was Syrian. He didn't speak Turkish actually, and it just is a little bit humbling. And you have to remember that, you know, this town itself is such a tumultuous history, and it's still continuing today with people coming across the border, people fleeing from tough times in Iraq and Syria, and making their way to Mardin, which is such a lucky place to be, but you know, working tough jobs, and you know, it's maybe sometimes their visa status is uncertain, or maybe they're here illegally because their city was literally bulldozed by ISIS or by Daesh or by Al-Qaeda, who knows. It's really wild to think. So as I walk around the city, these are things to remember. And being so close to Syria, I can say it feels completely safe here. We're going to Diyarbakir tomorrow, and I saw that there was a lot more military presence, but this is a tourist town. Turks come here, so if you ever think about coming to Turkey, East Turkey's not dangerous. There are parts that you should be aware of, but just because we're close to Syria doesn't mean that on this side of the border things are terrible or dangerous or strange or whatever. You know, there's children, there's people having a nice time, there's people eating ice cream. It's just like anywhere else, and it feels very Middle Eastern, and it's also good to remember that the Middle East isn't somewhere to demonize, the Middle East isn't somewhere to, you know, to stereotype. People here are so lovely. There's lots of women wearing hijabs, that's true, but everyone seems friendly, nice enough, and if only so many people could come here and understand what it really means to be from the Middle East, maybe we would be a little bit less weary of them in the West. So let's keep going in the city. This is such a fun day so far. So I wanted to show you guys the churches, but we've had a stroke of bad luck. All the churches in the city that I've been to are closed. I think it's because it's Sunday afternoon and they're just not open. But I have something really cool to show you because this is a Syrian church. I don't want to say I'm 100% right, but this does not look like Arabic to me. This reminds me of the Assyrian alphabet, which is an ancient alphabet very similar to Hebrew and very similar to Arabic. So it obviously looks similar, but it is something different. You can see here as well. Everybody keeps knocking on that church. They're very aggressive wanting to get into the church, but no one can get in. A quick pit stop now as we're heading towards the castle to end our day, but this is actually the post office, if you can believe that. It's a residence that was built in a couple hundred years ago, overlooking everything. Absolutely gorgeous. It's built in that kind of Madrashi style. I'm trying to think of the name. The Medina style that they have in Morocco. And it's been used as a post office since 1953. So they reclaimed it, took it back, and now they're using it. But you can come up here for 3 lira. It's absolutely gorgeous. You guys can see here. Got some stairs. Beautiful. I'm making my way up to the castle now. I've got this amazing view at my back here, so you guys can see. Absolutely amazing view. But I'm coming up to a military zone, so maybe my dreams of barging the castle won't come to fruition. You never know in Turkey. I've tried some things. Things have been closed, things have been open. I hope you've enjoyed this tour of Mardin so far. We're just gonna go to our last spot. And if you like the videos, of course, make sure to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Notifications mean a lot. Drop a comment. If you like these videos, let me know. Drop a comment. Would love to hear some feedback. Oh, I'm out of shape. Holy God. Whew. Okay, guys, we have a snafu in the plan. I don't think I'm going to be making it to the castle from here. I tried my best. I think I have to go by taxi, but here's our castle. And then you can see over here, here's a castle. Here's the Madrashi that I was at earlier. I thought I could get up from there, but it seems that I can't. But what I will say is that sometimes in life, you don't make it to your destination. But when I stand here, when I can see the world as I see it now, when you can see literally 2,000 years of history in front of your face, you can see Syria in the distance, you can see Iraq in the distance, you can see the Anatolian Peninsula this way. You just remind yourself that, you know, maybe it's not about the destination. You know, maybe it's not about the destination. Maybe it's about the journey. So that'll do it for me here, guys. Thank you for coming with me to Mardin. We'll see you next time in Diyarbakır. Görüşürüz. See you next time. Almadan ayrılık olmaz. Ayrıba huzuruma. Bırı 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 karama. Gündüründe taşı. Si alma gireceğim siya. Si bana beni beni ya. Oh 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 oh.